Good morning, guys. I hope you all are doing great and watching my video while having Sunday breakfast. Let's jump into the topic. Today, I'm talking about my real life experience. Whenever I walk through the park of China, I notice something very beautiful. Elderly people dancing, playing chess, or simply enjoying their life. This made me curious. How does China take care of its elderly population? And what's their retirement plan? Do they have for the people? Whether they work as employee or lived as farmer in the villages. China is a home for more than 280 million people over the age of 60. So that's almost one fifth of the population, and taking care of such a huge elderly community is not just a social responsibility, it's their national priority. For employees in the cities, China has a public pension system which work for so many countries. If somebody work in a company or a government office, both worker and employee contribute to the pension fund every month. And when the worker retires, usually at the age of around 60 for men and 55 for women, and they start receiving monthly pension. One day on my walk, I have a small talk with one of the retired teacher, and he said, "My pension may not be huge, but it gives me stability. I can cover my living cost without depending on my children." And this reflects the China's effort to reduce the traditional burden on families and create financial independence for elderly. But now another question raised that okay, fine, he is working in, or he had job in his past life, but what if somebody is not employed, or a rural person, and who is not never worked in a formal job? And then I came to know that China introduced a new rural pension scheme where even villagers can contribute small amount to a pension fund, and then government adds subsidies, ensuring they also receive monthly support in old age. I met one grandmother in Sichuan who told me, "I did work in a company, but now I still get a small pension." She said that she didn't work in a company, but now still she get the small pension amount. Uh, it's much. It's not much, but it means I don't need to ask my children for every expense. China is also inventing an elderly care homes, community centers, and medical insurance. Many cities now have the program where older people can join clubs, receive free health checkups, and get discount on public transport, like where they will use public transport to move. And this remind me a proverb that respecting the elderly is respecting the future you will become. And in many ways, China is turning this proverb into policy. uh, this is all my research, and this is the perspective of China from my lens. What makes Chinese approach unique is the balance between family, culture, and government support. Traditionally, children took care of their parents. Now, with urbanization and smaller families, the government is stepped in with pension and daycare and social services. So, the elderly can live with dignity. The life of China as Chinese elderly teacher teach us an important lesson. A society grow together when it honor its seniors. By providing pension for both employees and non-employees, China is building not only financial security but also social harmony. And as I watch elderly people smiling in the park, I realize retirement here is not just about surviving, it's about living with peace, dignity, and joy. And you can also see in my video. Thank you so much for listening.